Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight, but before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time tonight joining us and hanging out, I hope you have a good time, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, circle back in 1 week's time, and we will be here waiting for you. To our regular viewers who are here week after week and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we very much appreciate it. Got comments coming in here. Let's take a look. We've got someone on Facebook. This might be our good friend Rob Hilditch. He's not able to make it tonight. He's got a family thing, but this might be him viewing. Also, our good friend David at Alaska Railroad is in the house. Good evening, Mike. He says, sounds and looks great. Well, thank you so much for that feedback, everyone. Let's not keep our guests waiting any longer. And we have Virgil in the house. Let me turn your mic on.
Hello.
Hey there. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I am just great, my man. Just great.
Cool deal. Nice to see you as always. Well, cool. Are we ready to get the party started?
Oh, yes, I'm ready, man. Anytime I'm hanging out with you, it's always a good time.
It's always a party, for sure.
There's always cars involved somehow.
Absolutely. Well, cool. We're on item number 1. Now, we've got a regular viewer. He's been with us since the very beginning, Art Fosler. And a while back, he sent me some footage, some video footage of his 1979 Chevy C10 stepside pickup. So let me cue that up, and we'll take a look at that and see what he's got to say about it. And the computer's just hanging a minute while we're trying to cue this up. This is where we need the Jeopardy music.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. I've got it now.
The computers were supposed to make our life faster, right?
Yeah, so they say, right?
we might have got to get stuff back quicker on the on the reel-to-reel.
Yes. So I clicked it. It is loading. It's just taking a moment to load here. It should pop on the screen here, and it says device is having a hard time sharing the videos. Let me try it one more time.
Guys, this is my 1979 Chevy C10 short bed stepside. I bought it brand new when I was a junior in high school. It cost $4,500. It was during the big truck crave when everybody wanted to have a truck. I drove it until it rusted out, and then I did a complete frame-up restoration on it. Any panels I had to replace on it, I replaced with all brand new GM sheet metal. The only things I've really changed on it since I've owned it was I put 10-inch rims in the back and dual exhaust on it. What's kind of unique is the fact that it's a 6-cylinder motor that came with factory dual exhausts on the motor at that time. It's a 3-speed on the column, which in today's times we would consider anti-theft device, because not many people know how to drive a 3-speed on the column these days. I added the Silverado trim in the truck. I've even got the CB radio in it for the error. CB radios were big back then. And I added larger mirrors on it. When I bought this, because I was 16, I wasn't allowed to purchase it. So I had to have my mother sign for it for me. And otherwise I wouldn't have been able to buy it. I'm not going to bother showing you under the hood because there's nothing special there, but it's been around a long time. I enjoy now taking it to car shows and stuff like that. Got wood in the bed on the step sides. And one thing I did do custom on it was that receiver hitch that I made myself off of metal when they were rebuilding the Newburgh Beacon Bridge in New York. I would say this one here is one I would like to see my family pass on through the generations. Have a good day.
Cool. So we are back, and thank you so much to Art Fosler for that cool footage. What's your reaction to that, Virgil?
Oh, that is a great truck. Such a great truck. And to be 6-cylinder with dual exhaust, I wonder how it sounds, you know. They still have that nice little rumble, you know, not like, I know it wouldn't sound like a 350, but it should still have a nice sound on it.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. It probably has a nice note with a dual exhaust like that.
Yeah. And I would have loved to see the engine.
Yes.
I still marvel at the 6-cylinders.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the wood planks he's got in the bed there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood planks look nice, and the homemade receiver. It almost looks like it. It almost looks like it was a factory job there.
Yes, he did a good job with that for sure. And as it turns out, we are in luck because none other than Stacy and Art Fosler are in the house viewing. So, yeah, thank you, Stacy and Art Fosler, for that footage. We really appreciate that. That's footage that we aired quite a while back, probably a little over a year ago, but we figured we'd air it again because you guys are good friends and good regular viewers, and we wanted to put that on again. And also, we've got some nice feedback to it here. We've got David from Alaska Railroad saying nice truck, and we thank you guys so much for the feedback. I guess the other thing I enjoyed seeing was the CB radio, the period correct CB radio.
Yes, that was almost like that CB radio at that Waterbury car show with the car that had everything, or that truck that had all mixed mash, the hodgepodge. And he still had his CB radio in there.
That was cool, for sure. Well, cool. Let's take a look at what we have next. We're on item number 2. We've got a 1979 Chevy Camaro, and this car is for sale by our friends over at MGM Classic Cars. They're just outside of Chicago. They always have excellent inventory, and tonight is no exception. Let me give a click here and we'll take a look. So cool. Yeah. Thank you so much to our friends at MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois for that cool footage. We really appreciate that. Uh, Reactions to that, Virgil?
As always, another great car, another great showing. That just screamed that the thing that screamed out right there for me was it screamed David Lee Roth. You know,
Yes.
it just screamed David Lee Roth. And I might be getting the bands wrong, but it was just screaming "Hot for Teacher." You know,
Hot for teacher. Yeah, that's the right, man. For sure. I could see him sitting there with his 80s long hair blowing in the wind of that T-top there
yep, pulling
with
into
a
class
with
or
an ear
leaving.
to ear grin.
Yes. But yeah, another nice showing. You know, I like the headers on there. Look, it was a pretty. You know, that whole engine compartment was a great showing right there.
For sure. Yeah, I have to agree. That engine compartment, everything in there, it looked like no expense was spared and no detail was overlooked.
Yes.
They did a really nice job. And of course the exhaust note too was
Yes,
wonderful.
another great sound.
For sure. And we've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look here. And I encourage the viewers, if you have comments on any of these vehicles we're looking at, feel free to react to them just like Virgil and I are. We've got David from Alaska Railroad saying, "Great looking Z28. That small block looks sexy." Indeed, it does. Indeed, it does. Cool deal. In fact, let me see here. I wanted to go back. There's a nuanced detail that I saw. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. It looked like it might be one of those aftermarket digital dashes. I like the
Oh
front
yeah,
device
yeah.
too, by the way.
Digital dash Dakota.
Yes, exactly.
Yep, Dakota Digital Dash, and that's another thing I noticed was the 4-speed.
Yes. Let me see if I can find that. It's hard to find stuff using this thing I'm scrolling with, but
Oh, and I didn't notice the lights too.
yeah, those look like LED lights or something.
Yes, the ones where you can put the color around the ring on the outside. So you want a
Yeah.
red ring or a blue ring, green ring.
Well, I was trying to find that shifter and I guess I missed it. Let's see. There's your light.
Yep.
Of course, it goes by so fast. Here we go. Yeah, you're right. I bet that lights up with a color around that light.
Right around the outside there, yes.
Nice detail. It's got the cool Z28 hood.
And that paint package there, the just around the hood scoop and the sides. It is very period correct.
Yeah, and especially the tail. That's a nice treatment, kind of almost like the rainbow color going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sweet example. And you think of, the late 70s, a lot of the makers who were doing muscle cars the way they were doing them in the early 70s, they were starting to phase that out, and there was, still a few, the Camaro, the Trans Am, the Corvette, those are some of the ones still holding on. I think Ford and Mopar were kind of phasing out of that.
Yeah, they went to that old with that Mustang 2.
Yes, that smaller one. Yes.
Yeah, yep. They were stealing all the front ends off of the Mustang 2 to build all the hot rods and stuff, but that Mustang 2 was not all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And then
not all that great.
the Charger started looking more like a Cordoba, and then they had that, what was it, a Mitsubishi, the smaller Japanese version of the Charger.
Oh, yep.
And then the other thing I wanted to point out is, see this, I paused it here because is that carbon fiber? Do you call it a radiator shroud? Is that what that is?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, radiator shroud. That shroud is, yeah. Yeah, that would be the shroud. Yeah. Radiator shroud, because the fan shroud is down below there. But yeah, a lot of people are doing that where they start to enclose all of that stuff there out of sight. So they keep it, tell you, out of sight, out of mind,
Yeah. Yeah. Very impressive under that hood for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So let me remove this and get to where I need to be here. We're on item number 3. We've got some quick announcements, and it's also time for AMSOIL. Now, Rob usually does the AMSOIL portion of the show, and it's not going to be the same without him, but I'll do my best. But before we do, I want to pose some questions to you guys. Now, our good friend Michael Delage, he does the, let me see, the New England Classic Cars Facebook group, and you'll have to forgive me. I've got cheat sheets. I have senior moments, and there's so much to remember doing these podcasts, so I have to look at my cheat sheet. But he does an incredible job with that Facebook group. It's called the New England Classic Cars Facebook group, and there's a link to it in the description. Now, he was at a car show a couple of days ago, and he sent me this image. The front of this truck says Brockway. And he told me what that truck is based on, but I wanted to pose it as kind of a trivia question to see if any of the viewers or Virgil or anyone has an idea what this truck is based on. And I've got a couple different angles of it.
Wow. I'm stumped on that one.
Yeah, I was too. If he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of weird there. I'm looking like it looks like it used to be something bigger and they took the cab off. But I've never heard of a Brockway before.
Sure. I hadn't either. In fact, let me change screens. I want to double check what he told me that was. All right, yeah. Yes, okay, let me another cheat sheet moment here, but yeah, so he you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the AMSOIL real quick, and then I'll come back to it and see if we've got anyone in any of the viewers that had a thought as to what that could be. And you're right about being stumped, because if he hadn't told me what that was, I would have scratched my head forever. I never would have known what that is.
What I can come with is the milk wagon, the milk truck.
Yeah, it's got that kind of a look, for sure. But AMSOIL right now, if anyone is uses AMSOIL or has ever considered AMSOIL, this is a wonderful time to get started, because we've got a promotion right now where if you join the preferred customer program, you get a free parts bowl if your order goes up over $75, and it's not hard to get an order up over $75. And the preferred customer program is an excellent value, because it's very similar to say a Costco membership. It's $10 on the front end. But you click the preferred customer box on your order at the very beginning, then you start adding items to your cart, and all of those items are going to come up in most cases a 25% discount. And once you get up over $100, now you're getting free shipping. So in most cases, you're going to save well over that $10 investment on your very first order. So it's a wonderful value. And I've got a screen here that shows you some of the other things you're entitled to when you get the preferred customer program. You get a $5 birthday gift. You get a lot of $5 coupons, exclusive promotions that other people don't see. It's just an incredible value. So if you're curious about AMSOIL, the preferred customer program is the way to go. And if you're ready to get started, there's a link in the description. There's also another link for a free AMSOIL catalog if you'd like to take a deep dive at all of the things that are available to you at AMSOIL. It's considered to be the best motor oil that exists in life. Sorry. Yeah, it's a wonderful value. So with AMSOIL out of the way, let me pop this on the screen one more time, give viewers a last chance to make a comment as to what they think this is based on. It says Brockway there on the grill, but it's clearly a custom fab job.
Yeah.
We're not getting any takers, which is okay. But yeah, he said it's based on let me pop it back on the screen when I do the reveal. It's based on a 1967 Chevy C20 pickup.
Oh.
And I never ever would have guessed that, especially with the lights on the fenders and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever did that did an impressive job, doing a custom fab like that.
I would have never even picked that one.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got we've got a comment here. Art Fosler says Brockway was a dump truck or tractor modified to fit on a pickup chassis. There we go.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Art, for that information. We very much appreciate that. Very cool. Very cool. So let's continue on with the podcast. We're on item number 4. There's our friend Derek at the Japanese Mini Truck YouTube channel. He always goes to car shows in the state of Maine and gets a lot of amazing footage. He shared some footage with us. This particular footage is from the Bug Light Park car show. They had a car show last 4th of July, and Derek shared with me 11 minutes worth of video. I was able to break it down into 2 segments, so we're going to look at the second segment next week. But let me get to where I need to be here. We're going to queue up the first segment and take a look at what they were doing up in Maine last 4th of July. And this computer is just taking a moment to catch up with me here. All right, here we go. This should pop on the screen here any moment. We need that Jeopardy music again.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We are here at Bug Light Park today. There is quite a turnout of cars. And we're going to go walk around and just show you guys what showed up real quick. All right, so we got a pretty cool little Volkswagen Rabbit on this side. Some sort of kind of like a little wide body kit on this thing, the fender flares and everything. I don't know if that's factory. That definitely looks like it was an add-on, but it looks pretty good. Man, what a clean, all debadged, white vinyl top, white seats and everything. Wow, that's sweet. A 5-speed. And right over here, I think is an 81 Corvette. The big spoked wheels. Man, the T-tops too on a day like today are perfect. Another cool fact about this car is it's one of 400 in this combo and one of 100 built in Germany and sent on over. So this is a really cool car to see, actually. I feel like every time I see a Thunderbird, they are not styled like this at all. I thought it was going to be a 55 Ford. Check the back and the plate says 56, but it's a custom line Thunderbird. I mean, look at that. Look at that little emblem. We're right by the airport, so planes are flying though. But just pretty cool to see that kind of thing. Oh, the Ford emblem Straight lines all the way to a V8 emblem on the glove box. And I mean, right after this, they changed this car up drastically. I mean, this became a whole nother car. But pretty cool to see. Just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around on this this Buick. I love the details, the color. So old school. Wow. Oh, it's a Roadmaster. Man. I love the look of that. Look at that dash too. All your instrument panel goes all the way through the whole other side. It's just like one big cockpit. Wow. All right, guys, you got to see this beautiful Camaro. This is not your typical Camaro, that is for sure. Here's the interior, the Brom racing seats, and bam, the focal point of the car, the 7-liter LS7 supercharged V8. Woo. That is a nasty car. Seriously. And I mean, the paint is flawless. I love these wheels. He swapped these up from last year, and I'm a pretty big fan of those, to be honest. So it's pretty funny seeing a lot of these like 70s land yachts. We got the Newport, the Cadillac, the Chrysler 300s, and it goes all the way down. I mean, these cars are huge.
Oh yeah, they are.
Definitely featured them all in videos before, but just wanted to show you guys them all lined up together. It's a New Yorker. So we are right by the airport, but I mean, it does not do it justice on how low that plane is right now. So right over here is a 1962 Volvo PV544. Dual carbureted, pretty simple 4-cylinder.
And I'm rebuilding the motor.
I love the way the hood opens on this, so that reverse hood. Oh, and the red interior. That's nasty. But this is a back look at the car here. It's a B18 Sport. So right over here is a little French car. We got a Citroen SM. It's a V6. Pretty wild little setup right here.
I didn't think there was all-wheel drive.
Wow. Oh, and it's all-wheel drive, I heard? That's wild. Look at the way the shifter's set up. Man. Pretty cool dash. Gonna walk back here now. You got the big fender skirts. Oh, look at the rear end of this car. I mean, this thing just looks like a little UFO going down the street. So this is pretty sweet. Another unusual car. It's a 1951 Kaiser Deluxe. Just cool to see. Oh, look at the way the speedometer is set up. It's just one gauge above the steering wheel and there's nothing else. Not too many of these around. And check out that way the window dips right in the middle in the back here. A Dodge Coronet pulling out right now. That sounds nice. So right over here we have a 1949 Ford Custom Station Wagon. It's a wood paneled car. Wow. Got about 3 rows of seats back here. That is wild. Look at these big, these big wooden doors. So sick.
Yeah, so thank you so much to Derek Robita, the Japanese Mini Truck YouTube channel, for that amazing footage. There's a lot of interesting cars there. Any reactions to that, Virgil?
I love that Volvo.
Yes. Let me
Volvo was very interesting.
see if I can find that again.
Along with that Ford,
Yes.
the Citroen.
That was something to see.
Yeah.
And apparently those green balls under the hood there, that's part of the hydraulic suspension. Apparently there's some pressurized balls, and I can't give you a scientific explanation. The only reason I know that is if anyone follows the Car Wizard YouTube channel, he's got a 1969 Citroen that he's doing a project on, and he's ordered replacements of those, and he actually cut one open where you can see inside.
All right.
But let's see if I can continue on here, see if I can find that Volvo. Oh, right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me go back. See if we can
That's-
see the front of it.
I
No,
think
I
that's
guess.
one of those on the internet where they put the 350 in there
Oh, wow.
in the Volvo there.
Yep.
And have made it to a really, really run.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
But that red interior is real nice on that too.
Yeah. Oh, here's the front of it. Yeah, it's hard to control this thing.
You know what's so crazy about those old Volvos there is you would almost think that they would be a miniature Ford, like a miniature 41 Ford, 40 through 47, 50, or 48 Ford.
Sure.
That old back end body style that I always love those cars, those 41 Fords.
Yeah, for
41
sure.
through 47. Forget what the
Yeah.
Ford, I think it's a two-door or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, some great stuff.
Oh, and here's something I really liked. I love these the New Yorkers and the Newports, the big Chrysler sedans.
Yes. I was looking
Yeah,
at
I
that
love those.
70 or 71 Cadillac there.
Yeah,
That
so
was
the
looking
first
very
one in the
nice.
row here. Yeah, this right there. Is that the one you're
Yes.
thinking? That teal
Yes.
one?
Yep.
Yeah, and that Camaro on the other side. And yeah, that's
Knew somebody with a big Cadillac like that. Oh man,
sweet.
talking about fall asleep in the back on the on the highway. Talk about a boat.
Yes.
Talk
Oh,
about
and
a
that
boat couch.
it was cool to hear the commentary. This is one of the early T-Birds, apparently, and
Yeah.
and he's right. After this body style, they went a completely different direction with it.
Yeah. Well, it was a completely different direction to go with that body style.
True. Good point.
You go from the original T-Birds, to that
Good point.
there. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. And then that Buick Roadmaster was something to see.
Yeah.
That was incredibly impressive, I thought, especially the rear end treatment on that.
Yep.
That's
That champagne pink on there.
Yeah.
That looks very good too.
That is a
Very
stunning
good color combinations there.
Stunning car right there.
Yep. Top to
And
match the white walls.
yes. Yeah, and it appears from what we can tell in video to be in excellent condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a full restoration there. It's all
Yes.
shiny and all shiny and ready to drive wherever.
Yes. Oh, and one last thing before we finish this segment, this video was done by Derek Rabita at the Japanese Mini Truck YouTube channel, and this is the Japanese mini truck that he's referring to when he names that channel. He's got this Nissan that he's done a lot of custom work to. I know this isn't the scope of what we do with a muscle car podcast, but he's done an incredible job with that truck. And then I also want to give a shout out. This is an image of Derek, and he's in this image. He's standing next to our good friend Elaine, and this is a perfect segue because Elaine introduced Derek to me. And Elaine also contributes a lot of images. She's a good friend of mine, as is her fiance Paul. I know them from the vintage snowmobile community. She goes to a lot of car shows, takes incredible images, and shares them with me. And then I create a montage of them, which we're about to look at. She went to Bentley's a cruise night in Arundel, Maine last night, took some images, sent them to me this morning, and I was able to put them into a montage. And once I get where I need to be, I'm going to queue up that montage and we'll take a look at it. Yeah, this computer just a little slow tonight and pulling up these video files. But I'm glad at least it's not choking on the files as they play. Do the files look okay to you when they're playing?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. So
Everything looks all smooth.
Good. So at least we don't have that problem.
Computer Mrs. Rob.
Yes, exactly. That must be it.
See, right. Mrs. Rob and Jake. So they come on, it'll run smooth.
There we go. Well, cool. I've got it queued up here. There we go. So yeah, thank you so much to our good friend Elaine La Riviere for these wonderful images. Anything jump out at you, Virgil?
There was that black truck at the end,
See if I can find it.
right before that.
Right there?
The black car, yeah, that truck there looks very interesting. A lot
Yeah,
of
for
work
sure.
done on that there.
Yeah. Any idea what that is? Or what
No,
it's based on?
I couldn't even tell you.
Me neither.
It looks like a bunch of different parts mixed all together there. I couldn't even tell you what those headlights come off of.
Sure. But
But
excellent job. Whatever
yeah.
that is, they did a great job with it.
Yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot of Ford trucks on this one here too.
Yes.
Seen that Ferrari, that Dino Ferrari,
Yes.
I believe it was.
Oh, and was this a Saturn sports car back in like maybe the 90s or something?
Yeah, that one. I was looking at that one myself, and I was like, man, is that a Ferrari? But then I was like, no, it's not a Ferrari. It just stumped me.
Yeah, and then we got this Challenger.
Yep, I was about to say we seen that one last week, but nope, wrong one.
Yeah. Oh, and this is Elaine and Paul. They're good friends of mine.
All right.
If not for them, we wouldn't be enjoying all these cool images.
Yeah.
But there's another truck.
That there. Right before that truck.
Let's see. We had right
Whatever
there.
that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I think that's an old Chevy. I don't
Could
really
be.
know.
Anything prior to say mid 60s or so, it gets really difficult for me to identify. Once we get 60s and beyond, I do
Yes.
okay. But I think this was like a cardboard cutout, and you had the holes for the faces. And if there weren't faces, there's a face that swings into place. So I think the girl on the back is the face that swings into place. But I think the front is one of the guys that was there.
Yeah, I thought that was like, that's pretty cool prop.
Yeah. Here's another truck for you.
Yes. Another one of those Fords. Remember Hot Wheels used to have that blue truck like that. Well, a little bit darker blue.
Yeah.
I think theirs was a 57.
Nice. This is what, a Bel Air we're looking at, maybe?
Yes, I think that's 50. I forget which one that one is. I think it's 57 because of those front lights.
Sure.
I am not sure.
Another truck.
Yep, there we go. Another Tri-5.
There's that Dino.
There we go. Yes.
Let me go back to that. It's hard to stop this where you want it, right there.
Yes, that was like, oh, when that one came up, it was just one of those like, oh, whoa, all right.
Yeah, that's an iconic Ferrari. Oh, and there's Elaine in that pickup. Let's see, right there.
Yep. Wave back.
Yes. Yeah, and then this is, I don't know what that orange, is that a Mercury? I'm just pulling at straws here. Any idea what that was?
I don't know what that one was, but it looks like a Lamborghini orange color there.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And then there's Elaine again. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, thank you so much to Elaine. And I'm going to put another image up. This is Elaine and her fiance, Paul. They're very good friends of mine. We know them very well from the vintage snowmobile community. And yeah, so grateful that she's sharing all of these images with us that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
And we do have some comments that have come in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Great job again. She has some great photos.
For sure.
She has a good eye of a lot of different stuff.
Yes, for sure. So we have comments coming in. We've got David from Alaska Railroad saying, wow, many makes I've never heard of. And then we've got, here we go. That black car, Stacy and Art Fosler are saying that black car is probably a Studebaker.
Oh, okay.
And then that Chevy we were looking at, that Bel Air, I think he's saying is a 55.
All right.
Cool
I always get those mixed up. I know you can tell. You're supposed to be able to tell by the front end and the front end and the lights, I believe it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I always struggle with anything prior to mid 60s, like I was saying. And so it's good that there are people in here that can give us that immediate feedback.
Yes.
And along that line, too, I have to say, it's impressive the technological age that we live in today, that, she was in another state taking those images last night, and here we are 24 hours later looking at them.
Yes.
And we can all enjoy it on the internet with a live podcast. Gotta love this technology.
Yes. Yep. Gotta love the technology. And now I wonder what's going to happen when the AI kicks in, right?
Yeah, we could be replaced. No
It's
doubt, man.
that Chat GPT right there.
Yeah,
That's going to do all the
crazy.
chatting for us, and then we will be some what is that the images like
Yes,
Tupac at Coachella.
yes. It's all the algorithm.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, cool. What have we got next? We're on item number 6, and we're going to look at some more images. The same idea as what we were just looking at. This is our friend Michael Delage. We were looking earlier at that white truck. He also was at a car show on the 19th in Cumberland, Rhode Island, at a McDonald's. They had a car show over there, and he shared some images with us. I put them in a little montage like we just looked at from Bentley's. And before we look at that, I just have to give a shout out to his Facebook group called New England Classic Cars. It's a wonderful Facebook group. There's a link in the description. If you like this kind of stuff we're looking at tonight, click the link and have a look at that Facebook group. He does a great job with it. So let me get where I need to be. We're going to queue up that montage. Yeah, for some reason there's a delay pulling these up, but I'm glad at least there's no delay when we play the video. And here it is. Yeah, here it comes.
All right.
So yeah, thank you to Michael Delage for those awesome images. Anything jumping out at you?
There was a 66 T-Bird in there.
Was that near the end?
Yes.
Whoop,
Right before that. Well,
this one
before
here?
that one right there. Yep, before that one, I believe it was. It was like
Right
there
there.
we go, right there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
My
put that
cousin
close.
had one of those, and he had the with the slide over steering wheel.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, you get out the car and the steering wheel. Forget which way that one went. I think it went. I forget which way it went over to, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now that you mention that, when you and I went to that car show last summer, there was a guy there. I think he was from Quebec. He had a T-Bird that had that same kind of feature.
It's coming in. It is pecking at my memory a little bit there.
Sure. I'll have to look for that because I don't think we've ever featured that on the podcast, and that's my mistake if that's the case. I'll have to look at that because that was a wonderful example of a T-Bird that he had there last summer.
To me, that's the year to get 66.
Sure. Yeah. Beautiful,
But yeah.
beautiful car. And we do have comments coming in. Let's see. So Stacy and Art Fosler are asking if I'm going to the old Forge Vintage Snowmobile show this summer. And unfortunately, I am not for a couple of reasons. I don't think they're having it in Old Forge. I think it's out in Wyoming this year. So I won't be going that far to partake of that. But it would have been nice because I think I know where you're going with that. It'd be nice for you and I to finally meet in person. But unfortunately, yeah, I won't be going to that. But um, yeah, question for you, Art. If it is in Wyoming, are you up for going that far to see that show? I'm sure it's worth it, but it's too ambitious for me, unfortunately. And also we've got Kyle Phillips saying sick Ford truck, absolutely. And then and Kyle Phillips is asking, what about that black Mustang? That is sweet. Good call. Good call.
Oh
Let's
yes.
see if I can
Was
find that
that at Shelby?
right
That
there. Yeah.
there.
Whoops, sorry. It's hard to stop exactly where I want to here.
And see, it's weird where you pass over a Chevelle to look at a Mustang.
Yeah, for sure.
Not every day.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me remove that banner so we can get a better look here.
Yeah,
And yeah, and you're
that's
right.
the great year of Mustang right there. The great body style right there.
Yeah, especially with those modern looking lights and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and the muscular fenders and everything. Yeah, really nice looking, and the grill and everything. And then I
Uh-huh.
want to look at that Chevelle too. Was that you think maybe what a 66, 67 maybe?
Yes, sir. 66, 67, and it looks like it's got some big meats on the back there. It looks like a Pro Street. I can see a roll cage in there.
Good call. Yeah, I did not notice that. You're exactly right. Very
Yeah,
cool.
they got a lot of cool cars in this one. I
Yeah. Oh,
couldn't.
here we go. Kind of a ZZ Top special here.
Yep. I like the blue,
Yes, that's a wonderful shade of blue.
and
My
like you say,
girlfriend would like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it gets me on these years right here with the front with the front grill. I can't tell the Ford and the Chevy apart.
Sure. Yeah, I can't either.
I forget how to tell the difference.
Yeah, I can't either. I agree. But yeah, very cool. And I agree with that shade of blue. My girlfriend would like that. She loves blue and she loves that specific shade. And of course, I'm obligated if I ever win the lottery, I have to buy her a car that shade of blue.
Yeah, and see that
Blue.
Till Ford truck that you just passed there.
Right here?
No, just before that one. I think it was just before after that one there. That one there.
Yeah. Oh, teal. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. It looks like it got some nice wide tires on all fours.
Yeah.
So
I like those letters on there too.
get you ready to like a NASCAR look.
Yes. Yeah, some beautiful stuff.
Yeah. 67 wagon.
Oh, and then check this out. You see this I know this is a Mopar. I'm not sure what it might be a Dodge Dart or something. I'm not sure what that is.
Yep.
But I wanted, while we're on this image, I want to get some feedback. We're probably familiar with the images I usually use to promote this podcast. I did something a little different tonight. I found a program that removes the background, and check out what I did.
Nice.
I use this image to promote the podcast, and that's the first time I've done that. And I wanted to see what people are thinking of that. Are you feeling that, Virgil?
Oh yeah, because then it gives you kind of a preview of what you're doing, what we got to look at for tonight.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And then the other thing, the reason I did that is you look at this image and it's got that orange cone in the back. And at first I was trying just to remove that cone.
Yeah.
There's ways to do that. And I said, well, there's things that'll remove the entire background. Why don't I give that a try? And presto.
It's almost
So I
like,
think
wait, did you go to T-Mobile and get one of those new phones where you can erase everything in the back?
not a bad idea. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'll be doing more of that.
Yeah, no problem.
And I think we've got a comment here. Yes, Stacy and Art Foser said looks good. I think he's commenting about that image. And then and Stacy and Art Fosler are talking, I think, about the Wyoming vintage snowmobile show. He's saying he'd like to, but no, and exactly my sentiments exactly. But sooner or later, Art, we will meet in person, and I will very much look forward to that. That'll be a wonderful day. But cool. So I'm going to remove this and get back to our menu here, see where we are. We're on item number 7, and we're going to take a look at a 1971 Dodge Charger for sale. This is by our friends at B&B Auto Sales. Now, in the video, he says it's a 73, but I think that might be a verbal typo because, well, I'll show you when we look at it why I think that, but I'm pretty sure it's closer to probably a 71. But as people are viewing this, if you have thoughts as to what it is, whether you think it's a 71 or a 73 and why, please leave comments and we can have a conversation about that on the other side of this video. He said as he waited for the video to load. Just taking a minute here.
Yeah, but I don't know my Mopars like that as far as front end or anything. But I did just record the Mecum auto auction over the weekend.
Oh, really? Yeah.
At last Thursday, so I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I got about a good 6+ hours of cars to look at on there.
Wonderful. So, they'll keep you busy for a while.
Yeah, that'll get me up on some, so I can figure out what some of these cars are too.
Yes, you're right. Because it's nice to hear them talk up these cars. That's a wonderful experience.
Yes.
In fact, I love watching auctions just for that reason, to hear them talk up the cars. And there's usually some backstory on the car and maybe some history and so forth.
Yes.
But I do have that Charger queued up here. Let me click on that and we'll take a look.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales showing you our 73 Dodge Charger. Older single stage paint on it. There you can see a little cracking there. Come out of western Wyoming. So nice dry old car. Motor's a little marginal in it. Got low compression, low oil pressure when it's warm. So probably will need some motor work. I believe the car's been sitting for a while, so it may come out of it, but definitely you're buying it with low compression, low oil pressure at idle. Going down the road, it's fine, but I don't know if you can kind of see the orange peel, and I'm guessing it's an older single stage, just by what it looks like. So I don't know if you could buff that back or not, but it isn't rusty. Nice and solid everywhere. Interior originally had a bench seat in it. Now somebody added buckets and a console to it, so you have to get material for it to redo the interior. Here's your headliner, needs a little work. Dash is cracked. So basically a complete interior. Looks like they put new black carpet in it one time. But door panels are in pretty good shape. Just got a cracked armrest there and on the other side. So we got a complete interior that needs to be restored. But like I said, there really isn't any rust issues that I can see anywhere. And like I said, I ain't so sure that you might be able to wet cut and buff that paint back. There's a chip. Everything on the back bumper looks a little good. Sun faded on the bezels. Side pipes. Them are retro by all means. Like I said, nice and clean there. Inside of the doors are nice and clean there. You can see that armrest crack there. Door shut good. Missing the antenna. We've done a little carb work on it and put some plugs in it. So like I said, we'll need some work on the engine side of it. So this is a car where a little work, you just drive it the way it is because it's pretty presentable, especially if you did a buff on it. So any questions? 605-695-7391. Older single
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. Yeah, thank you so much to Dirk at B&B Auto Sales for that the footage of that 71 Charger. Any reactions to that?
Hey, I love the color. Love the color on there. I love the fact that they switched that over to some buckets. I always
Yes.
like those cars right there with buckets. The bench didn't really work for me in those cars right there.
Yeah, for sure.
The side pipes were a good investment or a good one on that. Yeah, side pipes and yeah. But it looks like it's a work in progress.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be a good project car for someone.
Yeah. Want to get another steering wheel?
Yeah.
Like I say, the interior. I love the seats.
Yeah, you're right, because it's far better than the bench seat, because the 73 Charger that I had when as a teenager, it had the bench seat and it was comfortable enough, but you get 2 or 3 people in there and you want to move it forward or back, the whole row of people has got to be moving and, scooching forward or back in unison,
Yeah.
to get that thing to move right.
Yep. You got to figure out where's the tall person sitting,
Good call. Yes. Yes.
Yes, hopefully a tall person. If you're short, tall person sitting in the back, like you say, that whole seat is moving, and it's not
Yeah.
moving to where it's going to lock and it's not going to go sideways.
Yes. And the single thing that makes me think it's a 71 and not a 73 is the shape of that rear window, that small rear window there on the passenger side and on the
Yes.
driver's side. Our 73 was shaped differently than that, and I can't describe the shape, but it was just shaped differently than that. I don't know if we can get a look of it from the outside. Um, and a lot of the little nuanced things like, these bezels and so forth, they're a little bit different, and the front grille was a little bit different from the one we had. Very, very similar to the 73 we had, but it just there's your side pipes, yeah.
Yeah.
But just a lot of little subtle things that are different from the 73 we had. So I think that may have been a verbal typo, because on his website it says 71. But nonetheless, that's going to be a great project car for somebody.
Yeah. Kind of reminded
Especially,
me. Makes me think of the guy we met with the what is that? The Starsky and Hutch car, the Ford Galaxy
Torino, yes, yes.
Torino. Yeah, I seen them the other day on the road.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we passed them going somewhere on Route 100 somewhere, and I was like, "Hey, looking at my wife, and I was like, "Hey, that's such and such."
Yes.
Like, hey, I know those guys.
Very cool. Very cool. Now we've got a comment that's come in. Oh, here we go. Kyle Phillips says, "Boys, they want to know how hard is it to find matching paint for these classic cars, for these little dings and so forth, like the last video." That is an excellent question. I
That is,
couldn't answer it, but it's a great question.
yeah, no, you just go like we used to have them when I worked at the Ford dealership. When I worked in the body shop, you can buy like those little paint chip kits,
Sure.
and you can get the where your paint code. Find your paint code on your door there, I believe it is, or wherever you find it, or else it's in your VIN number, and you can get your paint code like that and take that to a body shop or something like that. And they should be able to mix you up a little. Ask them if they would mix you up a little something for you.
Nice.
Yeah, that Kyle
Nice.
Phillips, that's one of my friends there.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks for bringing your friends on here. This is wonderful.
no problem.
Oh, and Stacy and Art Fosler say some paint supply shops have computers to color match the paint. Excellent. So they must have like a camera they put on the paint to try to match that shade or something.
Yep. And then also too, I think I'd seen it at like AutoZone or one of those places at one point, but they may have done away with those since.
Sure. Cool deal. Good information. And I have to say, I love the immediacy of being in a live format like this where we can be having a conversation and people can respond with answers and questions and just be able to have this kind of conversation. It really makes it a little community of
Yes.
people who enjoy muscle cars.
And Kyle, thanks for coming with a good question, Kyle.
Yeah,
I
absolutely,
know.
Kyle.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't know. You would have to know Kyle. I'll explain Kyle to you one day, Mike.
Okay, good deal. I'll look forward to that. Cool deal. So we are at the top of the hour, and here at the world headquarters of the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast. World headquarters, of course, is code for doing this from home. I'm in an upstairs bedroom, and at 10 o'clock, people start coming upstairs to go to bed, and that's my cue to wind this thing down. So it's 10:03 Eastern time, and time to wind it down. But I wanted to thank Virgil for coming on. as our guest tonight.
Anytime, like I say, Mike, anytime you ask me, I am ready to be on anytime.
Awesome. Well, good. I will take you up on that. And also to our viewers as well, thank you so very much for joining us here each and every week. We really appreciate it and have a great time. Oh, we've got one last comment that's come in. Let's see. Oh, yes, here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler saying good night, guys. Good night back to you.
Good
And
night.
David from Alaska Railroad says great show. And yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for being here and hanging out with us and engaging with us in the comment section. Really appreciate that. And yeah, as always, last word goes to Amsoil. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. We'll catch you back here 1 week's time.
Okay. Great show, Mike.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Promise.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes, yes. And just by wearing my Amsoil hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about Amsoil.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, cool. Cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
Amsoil's a fun business. Amsoil's been around since 1968. You know, it was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the Amsoil products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the Amsoil products or to join the Amsoil team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.